Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to look at distributions using our real estate example. So to understand distributions, let's try to bring quickly the square footage as columns and price as rows and the type of sale as columns as well. So um, once we do this, we see that buy owner, type of sale, buy owner, foreclosure, and realtor sales. And we are going to name this as distributions. And one thing we notice is that we need to bring the addresses to detail aspect. So we do see the addresses in the detail aspect here. Now for this, we want to add the analytics, and the analytics could be added via the distribution band. So if I bring the distribution band, drag and drop it here, I'm going to select the pane for each one of these, for each one of the type of sales I want to it to show the distributions just for that data. So once I drag and drop it there, I do see that it gives me this dialog box. How do I want to distribute, show these distributions? I'm going to select the standard deviation. And the standard deviation, you can define how many standard deviations that you want to display. So I'm going to ask it to show me minus 2 standard deviations below, 1 standard deviation below, 1 standard deviation above, and 2 standard deviations above. Once I select those, once I type those things, I have the computation done. The tooltip is automatic. The label would be based on that computation. Lines, I'm going to select a dashed line but with a thicker boundary, and I will select the colors, a red color for to display the standard deviations. So once I have this, I'm also going to, we have the fill, and I'll click OK. So now I do see that the standard deviations are shown here, the 2 standard deviation line for sale by owner, 2 standard deviations below, 1 standard deviation below, 1 standard deviation above, and 2 standard deviations above. Similarly, for each of these panes, these distribution bands are shown. One last thing I'm going to do here is to show the marks for these. This way I could see how my data is distributed, and I can see the marks for each of these data points and see which ones of these are kind of the outliers, way higher than the 2 standard deviations. For example, in this case, similarly, for sale by owner, most of the data is within 2 standard deviations, and similarly for the foreclosure as well. So this is how you could bring in distributions to your graphs so that you can get a quick statistical sense of how your data looks.